What's up, guys? Welcome to the We Are the Flesh podcast. Please hit the subscribe button below and the bell icon so you can stay up to date with everything that we're doing, new episodes, new music, and all that. And check out the links. We got all of our socials and all the places you can access our music. So check that out, and let's start the show.
We are the Flesh. Smokies on the block, ain't no time for talk. When they pull out the clock, ain't no time for nothing around the door. Smokies on the block, ain't no time for talk. When they pull out the clock, ain't no time.
All right. So here we are again, back in this new space. Andre Weiss back with us, just me and him.
My first time out
just
here.
handling it. Yeah. You missed us last week.
I'm back. What
Yeah,
did I miss?
You missed us last week. We'll catch you up on all that, man. We missed you a lot. We were crying in here and everything.
Man.
Yeah.
Just got, like,
So,
tears going.
Yeah. Catching you guys up on last week, just like I was saying, I touched on the new merch design. So this is one of them right here that I wanted to wear for everybody just so you could see. So this is the logo, basic logo t-shirt, just real straightforward, super comfortable. It comes in white text and the red logo official text. So if you want to head to the links below, if you want to head to any of our socials, go to the website, pick these up. They're all there, available in all sizes. If you have any questions about it, be sure to hit us up too. We're happy to answer. And when they come to your door or when they get delivered to your mailbox or whatever your situation is, my address is conveniently scratched out there, like I said last time. But the cool thing is that you get this little cool package with our official logo on it, so you know exactly who it's from. It's from We Are the Flesh.
We both got really excited about that. when I
Yeah,
first
we
saw it.
love. That's why I wanted to show everybody, just because I don't know if anyone else cares, but we think it's really fucking cool.
At least 2 people in the world think it's cool.
2 people
least, at
in
minimum,
the world think
so.
it's cool for sure. And yeah, so for some reason it has our, well, I'm not even going to get into that anyway. But yeah, so if you want to head there, that's how it comes, the package. And then this is an example of one of the shirts. I was going to bring the red one today too, so I could show you, but I forgot it. So you can get the idea. It's just like this, but it's red. So pretty easy to remember. So one thing right before, literally like at the time that we're recording this, this is going to be kind of established sad news coming out like by the time anybody watches this, but literally we just got wind, like our engineer and everybody like just actually let us know before we got started about the unfortunate, apparently Kobe Bryant has died in a helicopter crash. So literally right before we got started, we just heard about it.
Yeah, it was
So,
less than an hour ago.
Yeah.
Just really sad news.
That's
and
crazy.
we're recording podcasts. We're kind of trying to like stay in character. Oh, when is this coming out? But yeah, realistically, when we're recording this, happens to be right when that happens. So
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah, that's a trip. man.
unfortunate. That's a real tragedy. I'm sure they got to be covering it all day. Like I'm sure as
Yeah.
soon as we're out of here, we're all gonna be like checking out the news and be like, what happened?
Yeah, man, that's crazy. Like, it's just one of those. It's like those moments, man. Like just like with anybody, like I mean, like everybody's important. It's like when you have a personal friend or like a family member. Like if you've ever been in the situation where like somebody like that passes away just out of the blue, and you hear about it, it doesn't even feel real. Like at the moment, you know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
like you're just like in shock. You're just like, wow, like that's just crazy.
Oh man, I'm
you know?
I'm like reading the news on it. It's like it's even worse.
Yeah.
Like, it's like everyone passed away, and then he's survived by his wife and his 4 daughters, and they have a newborn. I didn't even know that. I
Oh,
don't follow him
man.
that close. Wow.
Dude, I didn't know that either.
That's really
that's
unfortunate.
tragic. Man. That's
Yeah.
terrible.
At least none of the family, I mean, sadly, but it was just him on the flight. Because, like, a lot of times, like, when a plane or helicopter crashes, usually you lose, like, a chunk of a family. 'Cause
Oh,
people
yeah.
travel together.
Yeah.
So it's still a shame, but yeah, it's,
Dude.
that's nuts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, for sure. That's a good point, man. God.
41.
Damn.
Well, I thought he would be a little bit older. He's been like a big deal for a long time.
Yeah, since he was 18, I think he got into the league right out of high school.
Yeah, I think that's why it feels like you said, like around for so long, because he just got started and he was a star like from the
Yeah.
time he was just
Yeah.
like so young. So it's like, yeah, only 41, but he's been in the game for so
Yeah.
long. You know what I mean? Because he got started so young. It's crazy, man. Yeah. Wow. Well, yeah, man. Sorry about obviously like that's just terrible news to hear, and like sorry for the loss of the family and everything, and obviously we'll hear way more develop out of the story probably going forward. But yeah, literally right before we hit record, man, it just hit us like
by the time this airs, I'm sure there'll be more.
Oh man,
it's so nuts though. Imagine being one of the other people on that flight, and no one even mentions like you were one of the passengers on the Kobe helicopter.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God. Yeah, no, that's a good point actually. Yeah, so everybody, like, sorry to everybody on that flight, man. Yeah, that's just crazy, man. Yeah. Wow. Well, obviously, just like any kind of tragedy like that, you can, just kind of, we'll just like be there to see as more facts come out and like more info comes out, and like, shout out to all the families and everything. Sorry. It's just tragic loss, obviously. Like, we can't even, imagine what that's like. So yeah, for sure. But yeah, in terms of like going on for like what we missed last week,
or what I missed,
or what you missed.
I was tardy.
Yeah,
everybody else made it.
We talked about we talked about a couple.
Wait, before we jump into that,
sure, yeah.
We just point out real quick.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure Tyler's not here. So, talking to you when you see this man, he's not here. All right, so I'm here now. What's his? You're here. I mean, if you're here, I don't know what he's doing.
Oh man, yeah. Well, you guys will have to take that up the next time you're both back here. You'll have to, get into it with each other.
Yeah, I miss you guys. I miss him right now too. I'm like, man, nobody's giving me crap for my FaceTime camera.
Yeah,
I'm just like looking at it, and nobody knows. And I'm just like, well, Tyler, if you're not gonna shame me for it, I'm like, what's the point? I don't even want to look at it.
You got the timer running too, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's all here.
So you don't have it running for this one?
No,
that's fine.
It's like whatever. It's not like when I put a pizza deal in the oven. I'm like, all right, I know I put it in probably within the last 5 minutes.
And that's why all your pizzas are burned, man. I've seen your blackened pizzas.
I like the black. It's crunchy. But so in my head, I'm like, all right, it's probably been like 5-10 minutes. So I'll put a timer for like 20 minutes.
All right.
Right. That sounds about right.
Yeah. But like, yeah. So what we were talking about last time, just to catch you up, like, aside from making fun of your ADD and your FaceTime and everything, we were talking about a couple different things like that. I think you'll probably want to weigh in on too. We were kind of talking about like Tyler kind of went into like Spotify playlist a little bit and talking about like what's a good one to get on, what's the organic way to do it, like really build your audience up, and what's like the way that like people will pay to do it. Like certain artists will pay to get placed on like a Spotify playlist or whatever, and it doesn't even really serve like their needs. Like it doesn't, like, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't help them. Like, so like if I'm in like a death metal band or whatever, for example, and I pay this guy to put me on some random Spotify playlist that has like, 20,000 followers supposedly or something, and it like gets me all these plays. It's like, yeah, but dude, like who am I getting heard by? Like,
right.
I'm in the middle of this playlist of like 50,000 songs, right, by all these different artists. So like I'm a death metal guy, and like I'm getting played right after this blues band, and then like right after me, this like, super pop like trap artist, whatever, is getting played, right? I mean, it's like, dude,
you want repeat customers, or fans, or whatever you want to call it, however you view it. It's just, I don't see. I never really saw the point in that, or like, oh look, I have all these. Like when you see so many, like the fake Instagrams always crack me up because you see they have so many people, but then like they post something and like the engagement just doesn't match up, and so I'm just like, dude, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point? Do you just like walk around? Like, are you at the club? Do you like whisper in this girl's ear? It's like, hey, I got 50,000 followers on Instagram. It's like, who? Okay.
It's funny that you bring that up too, because then we immediately went into like that other subject of like, like the fake followers versus real. Like what I said last week was, we have like just shy of 2,000 Instagram followers, and like you could say that that's a lot. You could say that that's nothing, but it doesn't matter to us because it's real. You know what I mean? Like that's our audience. Like those are all people that made a conscious decision to go like, oh, I want to check We Are the Flesh out, and they hit follow. These aren't people that we like that don't exist, that are part of some bot circuit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? These aren't people that like we like physically went like, hey, can you please follow us? Like these people found out about us one way or another through Spotify or some streaming service, or they saw a video on YouTube randomly, or a friend told them about us, and they went there and they followed us to keep up to date. Like that's what you want. Like, and I was saying like, dude, at this point, I don't really care if I have like, 5 people listening to us, or if it's 5 million. Like,
as long as it's real,
because it's real. You know what I mean?
No, I love that when we're on there too. It's like, You can tell from comments and messages too when they get like the spam, but what I love is seeing all of like the real messages, right?
Yeah.
Like you see all the people hitting you up and they're super engaged, like, yo, I found out about this. We get, it seems like we get a lot of people into like the fitness world, which I think is interesting. It's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
like,
we do.
We get
Yeah.
wrestlers and like bodybuilders and stuff, and they'll be like, yo, I want to use this song as a walkout, or like I listen to this at the gym, or like I listen to this when I drive, whatever it might be. And I'm just like, yes, I love that. And I want people to engage more too, because even me, I used to think like, you're not going to hear from your favorite artist or whatever, but I just found this artist like on a TV show the other day. And I'll hit them up and I'll just be like, hey, like, how'd you guys start? You guys touring the US stuff? And usually they'll respond. So like,
Yeah.
we're responsive. That's what I'm saying. If people are watching this and they're like, oh no, these are just two random dudes and like they have like their social media manager. It's like, no, that's us. We'll sit there. We'll talk to you. Like,
Yeah,
we want
for
the
sure.
engagement. It's fun.
Oh, and we love it, man. Like you brought up a good point. Like, you know, talking about real audiences, like it's just every like few days now, like we'll get hit up by somebody, like somebody will send us a DM or you know, they'll hit us up on YouTube or whatever. And they'll just be like, hey, I came across you guys on Spotify, or hey, like my friend told me about you guys or whatever. And like, I listened to your music, and it's just like, you know, these are direct quotes too. Like this isn't something I'm just making up. Like, it's like, this is something I've never like heard before. And you know, like, or I love it. I listen to, there's another guy that says like me and my brother listen to This Hell every day. I'm driving to work. You know what I mean? And like,
I mean, I'm glad that they're getting this straight.
yeah,
The fact that it's like, it's
yeah.
going to work again.
Yeah, it's
Listening to this, it's like Groundhog Day.
Like,
This
that's
hell.
also like we're really glad that when we love, like we cannot stress, like we're not just like formally saying like, oh yeah, we like it. No, like we love it when people give us that kind of like love and appreciation. When you give us shout out messages like that, we love it. But yeah, no, that is a good point, man. It's kind of like, yeah,
going to work every day,
a
listen to
downer
this.
song going into work, man.
Yeah.
It's like, that's kind of funny, but no,
fun.
we appreciate like, and we get all those like kind of messages all the time. Like, man, that just really shows us like that's kind of our fuel, like to keep us going, like showing like, hey, man, like this is like this. That's like one of the main reasons why we do this is because like every time we get some kind of like feedback like that, we're like, oh man, we got to like keep it going. We got to do even better. We got to put more stuff out, etc.
It's
Yeah.
fun. It's not, well, I guess fun is kind of a light word. I mean, it's fun to go on a roller coaster. It's fulfilling to know that other people are identifying with like certain messages and the vibe, you know, just the songs, like to be like, oh, I've gone through that. I've felt that. Like to me, it's fulfilling, like to be able to share that. I think that's like the beauty of music. That's why I like being involved in it.
Yeah.
Just the whole being able to connect with people, and it's through sound too. It's not just a conversation. Like it's like a feeling. I think it's cool. Kind of corny, but that's my take on it.
No, that's awesome. Yeah, it's true.
But actually, two things that the playlist reminded me of. One, when you said he listens to This Hell on the way to work, I was actually scrolling through the playlist that This Hell is on, and one of them was called She's Gone. I saw that today, and I was like, "Oh man, that's kind of
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of
No, it's always that's true, man. No, it is cool to like scroll through and just see like all the playlist titles that we're on. Like it's really cool.
There's this one other one too. Whoever made this one, can you please reach out to us? I was gonna send you the screenshot earlier, but I forgot. It's it really made my day. There's like the Captain Phillips guy, like the Somalian pirate type,
Uh,
and it's called Bubnar in La Hood. I want to know. I want, if you made that playlist.
oh, this is the
I wanna
playlist
talk-
we're
yeah.
on. Okay.
It's just like it's really. I think that's funny. I think that's funny. Do you see this? Is this guy?
Did you look at what else is on it? Did you?
No,
look at the
I
actual-
just
look
saw.
at what else. Look at what
I
it
saw.
looks
I
like.
just saw the picture. I'm okay.
Pull it up and see what it looks like.
Bubnar in La
I mean, you brought it up, man. We got to at least see.
Just
what
the
other songs
picture
are.
is what got my attention. I was like, this
But
is
look at see. I'm curious. See, now you got me curious. Though. I want to see like what else is on there.
Bubnar in. I mean, yeah, there it is. Oh, it's a mix. It's actually very hip hop heavy. It's got Kanye West, Chameleonaire, Soulja Boy, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Ooh, let's see. Got Skrillex. Okay, it's interesting. Very hip hop heavy. Okay,
Okay. Just curious.
that's cool. All right, I'm trying to see where we are. I'm like wondering.
On the note of that too, on the playlist thing, since we like ended up on this subject, like what we really love though, honestly, because like of, you know, like the sound that we have and like what we're just really into is we really appreciate all the people recently the ones that have reached out and the ones that haven't reached out that we can just see like on Spotify, like in the stats. You're putting us on all like the dark rap or like the dark trap playlists or like death trap or whatever you want to, label it as, like the trap metal playlist, whatever. Like we love that because like that bunches us in with like, a lot of artists that we like and are fans of and are friends with too. So everybody that like throws us on those kind of playlists, which have been our top listener playlists recently, that's shout out to all those people, because like you guys, that's exactly like our lane, you know what I mean, that we're like a part of, like in this like new genre. So like we really like when we see those kind of playlists. So any playlists you have like that are like any kind of like trap metal or dark trap or death rap or death trap or however you want to label that, and you'll see them come across if you listen to that kind of music and our kind of music on Spotify and all the other streaming services too, I'm sure. Throw us on there if you haven't already, and the people that have thrown us on those, we do appreciate it. But
and then the tags and the shares. I love the tags and shares. I like when we play like story tag, like someone will tag us, right, and then we'll share it. We're like, thank you for sharing our music, and then they'll get so excited. Then I didn't even know you could do that. They'll like share the shared story.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I'm just like, okay.
Share.
Yeah, it's just like this shareception, and I love it. It's exciting.
Hell yeah. And yeah, man, it's just crazy. Oh, that's another thing we kind of talked about last time too, to catch you up on the whole conversation, like as much as I can. Like we talked about just like how it's so cool that like, dude, like obviously like a few months back we hit over 1 million streams, which was awesome. We already did a video about that. But like the cool thing also is that like we just are constantly at like between 30 to 40K for monthly listeners, like month in, month out. And it's been the case pretty much, I don't know, for the past like 6-8 months or whatever.
Yeah, it's
like
been
we
consistent.
Talked about that.
Yeah.
Like we talked about that. Like that's just amazing. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is not to say like, hey, like patting ourselves on the back. It's because like people, like all of our fans, like everybody that listens to us, that's why we bring it up. Just because it's like, it's crazy that like that many people care about us and are continuing to care about us as we grow. It's just really awesome. You know what I mean? Because it just like, it went from like, like 10 to 20 to 30. It's just like keeps like
it's
jumping
nice to
up.
see that it wasn't like, hey, one song did well, a bunch of people heard it, and then they were like, all right, these We're the Flesh guys kind of suck, and then they disappear. It's like, no, a lot of people are like hanging on for the ride.
Yeah, it's amazing, man. And that's like, going back, obviously, like we've talked about before, like that's why we love our model that we like, we kind of have been doing it for a while, but we never like officially 100% announced it till the beginning of 2020, like beginning of this year. Like we're putting out a song every month, nonstop, no albums, no EPs, just every month. Within 30-40 days of each other, you'll see like a new song.
Did you say 40 days?
40 days, yeah. Exactly right. Yeah, not to be confused with the song 40 days, but yeah, every month, putting out a new song, because it's like a new theme, a new chapter. It's always fresh. If we put out a song like the next song that comes out, like let's say like you don't like it, let's say you think it sucks, let's say it's just whatever, it's not as good as XYZ other song that you might like by us. Well, good news, you only have to wait a month before we put out another song. You know what I mean? It's not oh, this album is terrible, I have to wait 2 years for them to put out another album.
That's
it's
a good
like
point.
Yeah.
So, you guys, I did not ever think about that before.
Oh yeah,
that's a really good point.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying. Yeah,
because when someone does I mean, I remember, I think on the first episode we were talking about how, like we get to give it more quality because there's no like filler songs, but I didn't think about that aspect of it where, when an artist drops like an album, you're not going to hear a new track from them next month.
Yeah.
Or the month after that.
Exactly.
So that's a good point. Yeah, I didn't think about that. It's kind of like.
Yeah, that's exactly where my mind went with it. It's just, you always have current stuff, and we can always like, every song is basically an album in that sense, because it's like its own theme and its own little chapter, and you can go back and listen if you discover all the stuff and we already have a bunch of songs out, or if you've heard all of our songs up to date and you keep super up to date with us and you're just like, when's the next one, then you always have something fresh. But that was the biggest letdown for me, like just my whole life being a fan of different artists and different bands and whatever that I've been huge fans of. It's like, dude, if they put out an album and you've been waiting over 2 years for it and it just doesn't meet your expectations, like I've had that where it's just like, dude, like this isn't bad, but it's just it's not as good as like XYZ previous album or whatever. And it's like, and it sucks because now there's 12 songs on here. Like some of them are cool, whatever. But if I want to hear anything new to see what they're gonna do next, like it's gonna be a while. You know, it's gonna be at least a year, if not more than that. You know what I mean? So this is like constantly, you know, whatever. If we put something out you don't like, it's like, well, you know, then there's another one coming out, you know?
Right.
And like, you know, we're always trying new stuff. We're always evolving. We're always like experimenting with new sounds and new tweaks on what we're doing. So like you can rest assured that, you know, what we're doing now, the song that comes out 3 months from now is not going to just sound exactly the same as what we put out, like, you know, that at that point, you know? So yeah, that's just why that's why I love revisiting and I love talking about it. 'Cause it's like, dude, it's like perfect for us, you know what I mean? Especially the way that things get released.
And the fans. It's great for us.
Yeah.
It's great for the listeners. It's great for Boobnar or Bubnar.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, much love and respect for all of our fans, but just that's who caught my attention this week. I really want to. If you're Bubnar or Boobnar, reach out to us. Tell me how you pronounce that. And then, like, let's talk. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, for sure.
Little off topic, but
it's all good.
I'm
yeah, and then in terms of like topics of what we talked about last time too that you missed, that we wanted to cover, where Monarch hit us up on YouTube and asked us a few questions. I think you got a chance to see that. We talked about it last week. He asked us a few questions about like Spotify versus YouTube and stuff, and he was bringing up
that was my favorite question. So far.
He was like, why is it listed as a topic? And he was like, you know, why is Spotify so different from YouTube in terms of our presence and stuff? And those are all really good questions and really good things to point out. So we said, thanks for pointing that out and all that. So shout out again for giving us those comments and questions, because we appreciate anybody that wants to give us if you're watching this episode, just so you know, throw it in the comment section, anything you want us to cover in future episodes, any questions you want to ask us, any subjects you want us to cover, anything you're curious about that you want us to talk about. If you hate us and you want to know why we don't quit, because we're the worst thing you've ever heard, and you need to you just want us to stop. Let us know that too. Just like anything. But no, he brought. Sorry, I don't know who did, but Monarch brought up really good questions. So the first thing I believe was why are certain songs listed as a topic, and why are certain songs? And I explained, and if you want to throw anything on that, I explained that we used to upload every single track we would put up on YouTube. Like we would go and manually upload it. Like we would put it up as a video with like the artwork, and then like just an audio video that you could listen to the song just like you could anywhere else. But then like a few months ago, a few releases ago, we kind of stopped doing that because we're like, oh well, YouTube Music is a thing, and they like our distributor puts our music out on YouTube Music in addition to Spotify and Apple Music and everything, and we upload to SoundCloud. So it's like, maybe it's annoying for people, maybe it's redundant if we upload songs. So we kind of stopped. We used to do it every time we'd put out a release, and then we just kind of were like, well, YouTube Music is a thing.
Yeah, if it's already going to be up there, why double?
But maybe not though, because like certain if that's the case.
I mean, if it's harder to find.
Yeah.
Then...
So maybe we should like going forward, like put up the stuff that we put out. Like maybe we should keep uploading like we did before, if it's harder for people to find. So if anybody else has that same opinion, like if it just comes up as topics and the way it gets automatically, the way our music gets automatically released on YouTube, if that is a problem for you and it's harder to find, or it appears like in a weird way or whatever, let us know too. Like, and you know, maybe we should start uploading again. So, yeah. How are we looking?
I think we're good. Good for a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So there is that. And then also, why are you like, is your presence bigger on Spotify?
Yeah, that was my favorite question.
Yeah, we covered that a little bit.
I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, but I feel like the gist of it is, I mean, isn't it just Spotify is like such an important music industry benchmark, and it's where a lot of people access their music.
Yeah.
So it was just somewhere where we shifted our, because you can't really fake that, right? I mean, right? You guys must have discussed that.
Yeah, we did. And what we said, just to catch you up, like, you know, and then you can, like, obviously we'd love to hear your take on it too. Like, the main thing about that was, we kind of focused on, because it's like a music industry standard, that's where a lot of people listen. That's our favorite choice, like me and you both, like where we consume music, like when we're listening in the car or at the gym or whatever. Like I listen to Spotify, like all my artists that I listen to are on Spotify. You know, I pay $10 a month and I listen to anything I want, unlimited. I'm a fan of so much music that like it lets me just consume everything like without any kind of limitation. So like that's kind of like, because that's who we are, like that's who we promoted our music to from the start, you know, like, so for 2 years plus we've been saying, hey, go listen on Spotify, go check out our Spotify.
Yeah.
So like,
no, that's like our main place. And now it's cool. I mean, I think YouTube's the biggest place though where people
for
consume
video
music.
Yeah,
right.
Spotify is the biggest for music consumption, hands
Just
down.
music
for audio,
straight.
if you
But
want to
then-
listen to songs, it's the biggest. YouTube,
But when you're talking about the video
Yep.
consumption, yeah,
biggest
so
for
it's
video
important.
consumption. Yep.
Good that we're like focusing.
But the music is growing with YouTube too, which is kind of like we're like, well, YouTube music is a thing, so why do we need to upload our videos? But this guy brought up a good point. But yeah, so to answer that question though, and I think you agree, like it's just because we told people go listen to Spotify, Spotify, because we were just trying to get out there. And now that we have such a following on Spotify, like, which is amazing, like I think, and that's a really good question because it ties into what we're doing now with the podcast and stuff. You know, this being episode 4, like. We're really trying to grow our YouTube audience, and also we're really close to getting our YouTube channel monetized. So like, you know, that's why we want you to subscribe. That's why we want you to follow us, watch these episodes. It's a way to help us grow that YouTube audience and get that presence, because YouTube is just kind of an afterthought for us up
Right,
until
but
recently.
if it can be something that more people are consuming
Yeah.
and help us sustain the music, then that would be
Yeah.
phenomenal. And I think the other thing too, just like how we take time to grow the music and work on stuff every month. I mean, we really, I feel like, get devoted to everything that we do. Not to try to pat myself, but it's like, you know, it's not about patting yourself on the back. It's just like we really like to, like, the artwork, for example. It's not like, oh, let's go Google a stock image and call it a day. It's like usually there's some involvement. The songs especially, it's like, okay, this is like meaningful. We don't really try to do throwaway songs. So I think with YouTube, the thing was like, let's get into it when we can really focus on it. Right? You know what I mean? Not just like throw out videos for the sake of videos or for the sake of monetization, but like let's do it when we can really be into it and give people something worthwhile.
Yeah, and also I think
That's my take on it.
No, for sure. But I think like before too, in terms of like promoting or stuff, like every time we put a music video, I'd be like, hey, if you want to check it out, go on YouTube. But it's also on Spotify. Like we'd always just be like Spotify. You know what I mean? So like, I think now we're like starting to say, hey, also go check out our YouTube channel, go support that. Like, so yeah, I think it's just because we never really directed people there. But yeah, so that's kind of is the perfect timing for that kind of question and comment, because we're kind of redirecting our audience, and not redirecting our audience, but like, you know, saying, hey, we're going to have more and more video content as the weeks and months go by on YouTube than just music videos. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing. Like we, it's kind of like interesting for like what we do, because in terms of stuff to watch, like, you know, you got YouTube channels where there's like cooking channels and all this stuff where you have these hour-long videos that go on and on and on about stuff. Like we have 2 minute to 5 minute songs. You know what I mean? And there's like videos of those songs, and then there's audio of those songs, but that's it. It's not like there's like these long ass videos where you can like get a bunch of watch time. So that's one of the reasons why we wanted to do this, because we could have like an expanded conversation and a dialogue with our fans, and also like have something that's not just a 5 minute music video that you can like watch.
Right, because what are we going to do? Put out, it's like over the months, put out, even if we're
20,000 music videos.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like even if we're putting out all these music videos, like if you are into the group and if you're into the music and you want more, I mean, yeah, well, obviously we're going to still do music videos, but then this is also something else to delve into.
Oh, actually, that's something I just thought of just on the spot right now. Like for music videos, like if use this too, throw in the comments like on this subject, like songs that don't have music videos for them yet that you want to see a video for. Let us know.
Yeah.
Say that earlier, because like we got music videos for Pull It Back, we got a music video for The Purge, we got a music video for 40 Days, we got a music video for Shadowlands, Fuck This Shit, Limit, and This Hell, right? In terms of like, you know, what we're focusing on now. So those are the music videos we got out.
I'm excited for some of the new stuff coming out too.
Oh yeah, big time. Yeah, we got some new. We're super
cool
excited
stuff
about the stuff that's going to be coming out over the next few months, guys. So, you know, anything that comes out going forward, or even the stuff that's out already that we don't have a music video for, anything you want to see, like we'll take a poll. We'll, you know, if we get enough requests, you know, then we'll
do it
for it. Yeah.
This is fun. I am so ADD. I'm like looking at this Monarch. I'm like, dude, what a cool username.
That is cool.
It's not like Monarch 5678352 like L. It's Monarch. Like that's cool.
That's pretty cool.
Cool
they got
username.
away with that. That's pretty awesome. Must have gotten early on the Monarch too.
Yep, that's cool.
Do
we have any? That's I like.
And then
do you have any leftover beats to sell?
Yeah, that's another thing. And so what I said about that, I was like, it's kind of like up with Andre Weiss kind of thing. But like, I said like, yeah, probably. So
if you make me good deal, I make you good price. No. No, I think that's. But you know, that's another thing about the whole quality thing I was talking about earlier. Like, it's not like, oh well, we don't feel like doing this song this month. Let's go buy a beat. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm sure a lot of people do that. A lot of collaborators. That's great. No judgment here. But it's just, I like how we've moved away from different stuff we've done in the past with the traditional guitars, drums, all that. But I still feel like we still make music. We still have the same music making method, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Where like we really do go into it and it's like, hey, check out this riff. And then it's like, oh, dude, check out this beat. Or like, yo, I had this idea for this fill. And then it comes together still in my mind, at least like you're writing a rock song or a metal song. But there's just 808s. And not that many guitars these days. But still.
Yeah, that's what's cool about it.
The process hasn't changed.
Yeah, no, like not at all. So what I said about it, just to catch you up, is I said, like, if you want like beats or you want, you know, vocal features or whatever, both like from either like Andre Weiss or myself, like, just, I mean, I guess anything's possible is what I said. Like, just hit us up, like, you know, shoot us a message, whatever, shoot us an email, you know, we can work something out if that's something that you want to do, kind of thing. Like, just hit us up. We're, like I said, anything's possible. We're open to it. Obviously, we're not in the business of like. Just,
we're not one of those dudes that's like, yo, go to my site and then like I got like 50 beats and then like each one's $20. It's like, no. But if
Tyler asked about that too. He was like, do you do that? Like, do you want to do that?
Not at all. I mean, are there enough beats to do that? I mean, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel I'm weird. I get weird about certain things. I feel like if I did that, I would like the guy would like hit download. He would like get the license, and then I'd be like, oh shit. We could have done the 6.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like you're giving away something you could have used yourself.
Yeah, I get. That's weird. That's why I keep like that's.
It's like something in your house you gave to somebody, and you're like, dude, that was my coffee table. Bro.
Yeah, like, that was my favorite coffee table.
I'm gonna put my pizzas now when I eat.
But hey, yeah, like, you know, the engagement. We like to have conversations.
Yeah.
So
sure.
you know, like I think that's a good point. If anyone wants to, just hit us up and we'll see what can take place, or maybe collaborations or remixes, whatever it might be. I think we're always open to hearing what's the worst case scenario. Someone says, hey, I want to do this, and we're like,
yeah,
right,
yeah, for sure.
So
yeah, and then like,
cool,
we got a lot of questions in here. How are we on time? Are we still good, or what are we doing?
We're kind of, it's
getting close.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I had
we can cover.
If I had a watch, I'd be like,
yeah, because if we got to go, we can cover next week. We can like finish up like the rest of the questions.
That works.
And go into cool
next week.
Yeah.
Checking back in with Boobnar, and Monarch, all of them.
Cool. All right. Well, if that's the case, like maybe we should just end this one and go for see what's up next week. All right.
Sounds good to me.
All right,
yeah,
cool.
We'll be back.
So yeah, follow us everywhere, guys. Be sure to tune in. This is episode 4. Go back and watch 1, 2, 3 if you want to catch up on what we're doing. If you care. If not, then don't go do that. And yeah, we'll see you next time.